ceiling on private housing, just regulating the prices on that. Because they do that in New York.
That's a great question. I think the government kind of realized unless the government steps in a big way and get things organized, you always have issues about quality, you have issues about priority, you have issues about location, you have all kind of issues. I know where you're coming from. Fix the price,
right,
and then let the market decide, right? But in the Singapore's context, the government actually incorporates into this housing scheme other issues like subsidies. There are other subsidies that come in, and depending on the situation financially, family, and so on and so forth, there are other rules that kind of help the people
sort of accomplish the same goals.
Exactly.
So for this, like subsidized public housing, if you follow the money through, like Singapore pays for half the public housing, where does that money go? Is it just they can say they subsidize it and then they just get the money back? That seems just like a price ceiling, just worded differently.
Yeah, in a way you can kind of say it's like a fixed price, but in this case the government wants the asset given to be. What they'll do is they sell it to you at a discount initially, but once you get into the market, secondary market, they actually let it float on its own. It's just the same as private housing. So in that sense, the government says that okay, you actually have the chance to go for the upside. Because if you kind of cap it somehow, then that artificially sets the ceiling.
Yeah.
But when you kind of let it float, so that's when your money can kind of double.
So they basically just put it on the market at a discount and let everyone decide.
Exactly.
If you had an equivalent unit in a public housing and one in private housing, but the one in public goes on secondary market, which one sells for more?
Well, now
it's more sought after.
The gap is actually closing. I mean, for example, if you look at the one, say, in any one of those, the tall building, whoever bought it first hand from the government will probably pay in the region of 100,000 US to 150,000 US. Currently, it's going for easily 400,000 US. So that's almost like 3 times. Now, for equivalent unit, if you look at the one, the white towers with the black, spine, that's actually private housing. Now, for equivalent size, it's probably $1 million. So the gap is about 400,000.
But it's closing.
It's closing. It's closing. It's closing.